Today, we're going to take a look at a brand new fast-paced card game from designer and artist Andrzej Dybowski, who has been a part of projects such as The Witcher and Dying Light video games, has created this new fast-paced card game about warring dwarven lords. Let's take a closer look. In Toerkk, you play as one of the dwarven heroes commanding your armies, trying to race against everyone else to dig up and unearth the mythical Toerkk hidden beneath the mountain. To win the game, you must either be the first to mine out the Toerkk or defeat all of your enemies using your various spells and your hero's asymmetric abilities. But beware, the land of Bokvyst isn't what it seems. On every turn, you'll have to face the powers of each new location. To set up the game, every player selects a hero and then shuffles their own individual character and action card decks. Then the marker tokens are placed on the 10 level health and the 0 dig level on their hero character card. A first player can then be randomly chosen and then draws 2 action cards and 2 character cards. Then every subsequent player draws 1 more card than the previous player. And then the last thing about drawing cards is at the beginning of every round, every player draws 1 action card and 1 character card. At the beginning of every round, you draw a new location card. And on this card, we'll have various different advantages or perks, or maybe some disadvantages or drawbacks that can affect your turn. And at the beginning of every player's turn, you roll a die to see whether or not you get the benefit or you get the detriment or disadvantage. Rolling a 1 to 3 means that the card effects apply to you. And rolling a 4 to 6 means that you can ignore anything that's written on the card. After you resolve any of the location effects if they take place, what you can then do is play as many action or character cards as you would like to. Once that's finished, you decide to either dig and or attack. When you dig, you can select your miner and or your leader to move up 1 level on the dig track. To attack, you can use your warrior and your leader to attack any of your opponents. A little special rule to keep in mind of is if you don't choose or if you don't elect to have your leader dig on your turn, you can then choose to have your leader steal tokens from other players. Now the advantage of this is to hinder your opponents from using their hero special abilities. Every hero has special abilities and they require tokens to be spent. To make things spicy, during your turn, while you're completing any of your actions, other players can then jump in and play any action cards at any point in time and completely disrupt anything or any plans that you've had. Now, the last thing I want to talk about for this rules segment is the attack phase. To attack your other opponents, you'll have to select either a warrior and or your leader. To make an attack, you have to target either one of your opponent's miners or your opponent's hero. You cannot attack your opponent's warrior or leader directly. What the defenders do is they can choose any one of their units to protect the target of that attack. So for example, if a miner is being attacked, you can protect it with another miner, you can protect it with a warrior, or you can protect it with a leader and even your own hero. When one of your characters is protected, the other character that is protecting that card is then the target of that attack. Which means if you were to attack one of my miners, and I defended it with a warrior, my warrior would then take the damage. The way damage works in this game is 1 for 1. So 1 attack equals 1 damage, and all of your units only have 1 health. Now, a successful attack means the elimination of the character that's being attacked. So if the attacker were to target a miner and it was a successful attack, that miner would then be eliminated and removed from play. If a hero is the target of an attack and that attack is successful, they will lose 1 point of their health, and that will change on their health bar track. Now, whenever a unit is eliminated or removed from the board, what happens is that unit or that player receives a token for that unit. Now, another special rule about attacking is if a warrior were to ever protect another unit or another character in battle, what happens is both the attacker and the defender will lose that unit. So as an example, if as an attacker I use my warrior to attack your miner, but you then decide that your warrior is going to protect your miner, what will happen is both warriors will attack and eventually both die in battle. Both units are then removed and each player receives a token as a unit was removed from their play area. And that's how you play Toerkk, at least for the moment, as this is a review and prototype copy. Now, Andrzej has said that this game is more targeted towards players that are looking for that lighter and more fast-paced card game experience. And I can totally see that. The game is easy to set up, it's easy to get going, and the turns just force you to make these quick and snap decisions, which carry a lot of weight as the game progresses. You'll have to make some important card and hand management decisions. For example, do I play a fog card, which allows you to not get attacked this round because no one can see you? Or do I maybe hold on to that card so that I can then maximize the efficiency of the explosives or the flood card, which will sabotage your opponent's mining operations? So there's definitely a lot of room for big turns and huge combos. But conversely, there's also a lot of potential randomness. One playthrough was a very satisfying 40-minute mining victory, and another playthrough was a very quick, kind of anticlimactic 10 minutes battle victory. Essentially, the losing player just couldn't draw any warriors and kept getting hit. Now, with that said, I believe this is just the nature of the game. It's going to have inherent randomness due to the card draws and the amount of different cards there are, and I don't think that is necessarily a bad thing. Toerkk is very easy to set up and easy to get going, so if you ever feel that the game wasn't quite as long enough, you can always just set it up and play another one. If you're looking for a new, fast-paced, tactical card game, I'd highly recommend taking a look at Toerkk, checking out their website and the Gamefound page, which are linked down below. Thank you for joining me here on Everything Dice. I'll see you later.